right, welcome back to the C Morning Show. So in this segment, we have a guest, of course, because we are going to do a talk show about sleep training. So before sleep training for babies, but before we dig deeper with our guest today, we know that sleep training for a baby has become a trending topic lately, as some Indonesian celebrities, as you mentioned,
for example,
we have discussed this before off cam, and managed to create sleep patterns for their babies. Did you implemented that, Alin, after you saw the celebrities doing that?
I didn't do that back then, me as a not so young mother, like 9 years ago. But nowadays, I think it's very popular, Shafira. Sleep training is a process where babies are trained to fall asleep by themselves, try to comfort themselves, whether normally or in some cases where they suddenly wake up late at night. Now let's discuss further about the sleep training methods for babies with the expert, right? With Elvina Yahya, a certified baby sleep consultant.
Yay!
Interesting. Hi, Elvina.
Welcome to our studio, Elvina. So, do you struggling with baby sleep baby sleep time or what?
Yes, I was actually. It was from my own experience where I had baby like 2 years ago, and then I struggled with sleep. I couldn't sleep at all. Yeah, because I need to continue nurse her all the time and carry her all the way until she fall asleep.
Okay, and then you decided to take certification.
I decided to sleep train my baby. Then from there, I helped many of my families and also my friends. And from there, I feel like, I feel like I'm happy that I can help someone in need as well. So then I took the certification and I really studied about baby sleep and
Okay, so please elaborate about what is actually baby sleep training. From the words, it's like, the baby has a training.
So sleep training is basically a process where baby learns how to sleep independently. So they are more likely to fall back asleep when they wake up in the middle of the night. Because we never sleep through the night, we always wake up every night when there's a different sleep cycle going through. So we will woke up 4 to 5 times every day, every night. But then we adults, we have been able to sleep through the night because we have that ability to self-soothe. That's why we can fall back to sleep.
Why do we have to conduct sleep training to our babies?
Basically, sleep training is based on each of every individuals. I know some parents prefer to sleep with their babies, and that's fine.
Just like me in my own good old days.
I know, because they grow up so quickly, right? But then again, I know that some moms actually feel depressed and they feel like they just couldn't do anything. And there's some condition that require them to sleep train because they have to work the next day and they just couldn't think through with that sleep deprivation.
Okay, so basically, what are some common challenges that parents must face by putting the babies to sleep, and how can sleep training help address those issues?
All right, so the most common problem that I found is nurse to sleep and also rock to sleep. So nurse to sleep is where baby needs to be nursed all the time, or else they just won't go to sleep. Or the secondly is rock to sleep, where they just need to be carried all the time. And I mean, if they are still newborn, it's totally fine. But then usually during 6 months, when they reach certain age, it has become a problem because they're also quite heavy. Quite heavy.
So when can we start this sleep training? At 6 months old, or?
We can start as early as 4 months. But every parent needs to get approval from pediatrician first.
What conditions, when the pediatrician will approve, okay, you can start the sleep training for your babies?
So basically, they will check the head and neck control, making sure it's good enough, because sometimes baby will just fall asleep on their tummy, and it can be quite dangerous too. And they need to reach certain weight. So for example, they haven't reached the curve, like the weight curve, then they cannot be sleep trained.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we know that some babies, one of the problem that experienced by moms, babies tend to have like at night they are very active, in the morning or during the day they are sleeping. So how can we solve this problem before we can start the sleep training?
Okay, so usually it's very common for that to happen during the newborn days,
Yes.
where the baby just couldn't differentiate between day and night.
Yes.
But basically, what parents can do is just like exposing them to sunlight throughout the day, and every night they need to limit interaction and also limit all the lights that coming through. Yeah. So
basically, put the environment same as adult.
yes, yes. So we need to like differentiate between day and night so that baby can fall back to sleep, sleep through the night and sleep longer at night. Yeah.
Because the baby needs to learn as well. Even though they're
Yes.
still very tiny and they
Yeah,
are
they need
baby,
to learn.
they still need to learn to to adjust. Oh, okay, to recognize this is a day night, this is my
Yes.
bedtime, and they will adjust the time that's set by the parents.
Yes.
So speaking about the time of sleeping, how long should a baby normally sleep in a day?
Okay, it depends on their age. Usually when they are still in newborn days, they need about 14 to 17 hours of sleep.
Okay.
Yeah, but
14 to 17 hours.
Yeah, that's a lot,
so
right?
nice.
Almost like koala.
We can. All right.
yes, but then when they reach a certain age, like 4 to 11 months, they require about 14 to 16 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, and they will need lesser sleep as they grow up.
Oh.
So what happened when they like feel thirsty or hungry during the night? What can they do, because they have to self-soothe themselves, right?
Yep. So usually we will check on their age as well. So
Yes.
before we start the sleep training, I would really set the schedule in place, like their feeding schedules, making sure they have enough feeding throughout the day, enough calories. And at night, usually baby can last 11 to 12 hours at night without any feeding when they reach around 6 months of age.
Okay.
Yeah, so but it's very rarely they will wake up and ask for milk when they reach that
6
certain
months.
age. Yeah, 6 to 8 months.
6
yeah.
to 8 months. So
What other conditions that we should take into considerations during the sleep training, like the temperature? Because baby, when they sleep with blanket, it can cause some risk too, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
yeah, what we need to make sure.
Okay, first you need to have like room thermometer inside the room. That's very, very important. And you put close to your to the crib, and you need to maintain that temperature. What is because every baby is different, right?
Yeah.
What's the best temperature for your baby, and also making sure they wear sleep sack.
yeah.
Through the night, so that
Okay.
they just won't get the blanket everywhere.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
and also just wear a sleep suit and just maintain the temperature throughout the night. Yeah.
Okay. So basically, parents need to be aware of that.
Yes.
Or put the baby into sleep.
Yes.
Okay.
And
so,
don't layer them up, because sometimes we parents tend to be like
Overprotective.
because it's a
and
baby,
over
especially for a
worried,
new
right?
parent. Yeah, yes.
Especially for new parents. I think
Yes,
it's normal.
yeah.
So please elaborate that more deeper about the step-by-step process to sleep train a baby.
Yeah. Okay, so before we start, we usually will do some screening,
Okay.
making sure like the parents are actually very ready
Okay.
in terms of their emotional,
Yeah. Okay.
because sometimes parents can be very emotionally attached with their babies, right? And we got to make sure they got the support from partners and also the families who live
Yeah.
in the same house. That's
Yeah.
very, very important.
Yeah.
And after we do the screening and we feel like the parents is ready, then we're gonna go ahead with setting up the schedule, like adjusting their daily schedule to meet their requirements, like making sure they have enough sleep, enough milk throughout the day. Yeah.
When can we tell that the sleep training that we carry out is actually successful despite some hurdles and challenges?
Yep.
Of course, it's not going to be smooth the first
Yeah.
time we do it, right? How can we know that we are on the right track and then we are progressing?
Yes, the most important thing is to make sure that the baby is somehow looking for ways to self-soothe, because babies have different
Personalities.
different personalities. Sometimes they can learn quickly, sometimes they require longer time, and parents needs to adjust to that. So I mean, like, if as long as the baby can get enough sleep, according to National Sleep Foundation, that is 14 to 16 hours when they reach 4 to 11 months. Yeah, they're on the right track. So yeah, we gotta look for cues so they're not overtired as well. Yeah, that's also important.
So you mentioned earlier that parents can be very emotional sometimes,
Yes.
Especially for new parents, newborn baby. They can be very attached to the baby. I think it's normal.
Yes.
And that one is one of the challenge. So when parents leave the baby and the parents, okay, I changed my mind. I don't want to put my babies on a separate room. And can it be traumatized, the baby itself?
Yes, of course, because it's more towards like you want your child to learn something, but then you are not sure of it.
Okay.
And child is really sensitive. They can just like feel what we feel when we are anxious. They will get anxious. So it's very important not to confuse them, or else they will just like cry even more, and the process will be longer. They will cry even longer. Yeah.
Yes. So I would like to know, how can we make our baby feel secure
Yep.
and protected despite they are being sleep trained?
Okay, it's very important for us to like fulfill their needs. Even like throughout the day, we need to like spend more one-on-one time, especially when we are sleep training baby.
Yes.
So that the babies know that we are fulfilling their needs, and even throughout the night. I mean, like if the baby cries for a certain period of time, we need to attend and check the baby, because they have lots of needs to be met, right? Like they tend to poop at night, they sometimes get hungry because they don't get enough food throughout the day, and it's fine. I mean, like sometimes you can just like give them milk if that's necessary, you think, but don't make it a habit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we've been focusing on the baby, the preparation, and everything. So how can parents maintain their well-being to do the training for the babies? Because, you know, educate about the education itself, and educate about the sleeping methods.
Okay, so basically there are plenty of methods, right? I mean, like nowadays it's very easy for us to just get information from there. I mean, before you sleep train your babies, it's very important for you to do your own research, kind of thing, like, and really just discuss with your partner whether this is the right thing for you, because sleep training can be hard in a sense that we can be anxious hearing our baby cries, right? And especially we got partners who just won't support us and say things like, tega banget ya, or all those kind of things. So yeah.
Yeah, we have to be
on the
strong.
Parents, be strong.
Oh wow, I think he still have a lot of questions to ask, but due to time constraint, we have to end this talk show here. But thank you very much for the information that you shared. Very important for the parents.
Thank you so much, Elvina. So if the parents or new parents want to get information about or train the baby, how can we reach you?
Yes, you guys can reach me through Happy Little Sleeper Instagram.
Happy Little
Yeah, Happy Little Sleeper.
All right, Happy Little Sleeper. So
happy mom, happy baby.
Happy mom, happy baby.
You share a lot of sleep tips and also about growth and development of kids. So yeah,
because sleeping is very very essential.
Yes, very essential, even for parents.
Exactly.
Right?
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Elvina.
Thank you so much.
Amazing, right?
Amazing. I really like and enjoy the talk show. So let's take a break now, and we'll have a recap of our news from the previous segment when we return. So stay with us on C Morning Show.